Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we try to make sense of the nitty-gritty of corporate filings and sometimes uncover a few surprises along the way. Today we are diving into a report from A.T.A.I, Life Sciences End. Let's just say they are cooking up something interesting, and this report is giving us a peek behind the curtain on some significant business moves. Before we dive in, if this is your first time here, welcome. If you love getting insights into what companies are really up to beyond the press releases, then hit that subscribe button. And hey, we have a fantastic Discord community that you can join linked in the description below, where we break down these filings even further. So this is a current report, a Form 8K. Think of it as a company S way of saying, hey, something important just happened and you need to know about it right now. And for A.T.A.I Life Sciences NV, that something is related to a big company acquisition. They are looking to buy up the rest of Beckley Psytech Limited. This isn't just a small purchase, it's about acquiring the entire share capital that A.T.A.I Dozens T already own. They announced this deal back in June, and this report is giving us an update, and crucially some more financial details about this whole situation. Now the market is always eager to know when these big deals will actually happen. A.T.A.I says they are expecting this transaction to wrap up by the end of this year, but it all depends on getting their shareholders to give it the thumbs up and meeting all the other usual conditions that come with these kinds of deals. So while it is planned for the fourth quarter, there are no guarantees it will actually go through on time or even at all. The really juicy stuff for us analysts and investors is usually buried in the financial statements, and this filing gives us a couple of key financial pieces. First up, we have the audited financial statements for Beckley Psytech Limited for the end of 2024 and 2023, and the previous 3 years. This is important because A.T.A.I is acquiring this company, so understanding Beckley's financial health is crucial to understanding the value of this deal. Even more interesting is the unaudited pro forma condensed combined financial information. Pro forma means as if, so this section shows what A.T.A.I's financials would look like if this Beckley Psytech deal had already happened plus some other related deals. They've given us a snapshot as of mid-2025 and for the full year 2024. This is key to seeing the potential impact of this acquisition on A.T.A.I's bottom line without having to wait for the actual integration to show up on their regular financial reports. Remember, this is illustrative. It is not necessarily what will happen, but it is their best guess at the combined picture. A.T.A.I Life Sciences NV has its common shares trading on the Nasdaq Stock Market LLC under the ticker symbol A.T.A.I. This is good to know because it means they are a publicly traded company and subject to all the reporting requirements we are looking at today. Their shares have a par value of 0.10 euros. Scroll Emerging Growth Company Fighter. Scroll, interestingly, the company has checked the box indicating they are an emerging growth company. This means they can take advantage of certain relaxed regulatory and reporting requirements for a period of time. They have also elected not to use the extended transition period for complying with new or revised financial accounting standards. This suggests they are aiming to present their financials on the latest updated accounting rules, even as an emerging company, which can be a sign of confidence in their financial reporting. Now, for the really important exhibits, the filing includes the consent of PricewaterhouseCoopers LLP. These are the independent auditors whenever you see a Big Four accounting firm like PwC involved with financial statements. It generally lends a degree of credibility to those numbers. And here it is, Exhibit 99.1, the audited financials for Beckley Psytech. We still need to actually look at the details of these statements to get the full picture, but having them available is crucial. We want to see if Beckley Psytech is growing profitably or if it's a struggling company that A.T.A.I is trying to revive. Then we have Exhibit 99.2. This is the pro forma combined financial information. Again, this is where A.T.A.I tries to paint a picture of what the combined entity will look like financially after the acquisition. This is where we can start to do some serious number crunching on the potential synergies and the overall financial standing of the enlarged company. It will show us things like combined revenue, combined expenses, and importantly, combined profitability. Alright, before we get into our analysis, it's important to talk about forward-looking statements. Companies like A.T.A.I are required to include these. They are basically educated guesses about the future based on current information. Words like believe, may, will, estimate, continue, anticipate, intend, expect, and project signal these statements. In this report, they are mainly talking about expectations regarding the acquisition and its closing timing. Now, these are not guarantees. They come with a boatload of risks and uncertainties that could make the actual results very different. Things like the acquisition not closing due to shareholder disapproval or other conditions not being met. They could also fail to realize the benefits they expect to get from this deal. It's all laid out here with a warning that these things could go wrong. This specific section highlights that these forward-looking statements are covered by safe harbor provisions. This is a legal protection for companies when they make projections about the future, as long as those projections are reasonable and based on available information. But it also means that any investor relying on these statements should be aware that there is an inherent risk that they will not come to pass. And for all you dedicated investors out there who want the whole deep dive ATA, I is pointing you towards their proxy statement and other SEC filings. They are saying read everything because the details are important. This is standard practice to ensure that investors have all the necessary information before making decisions. Finally, we have the signatures. This is where the company officially signs off on the report, making it a formal filing with the Securities and Exchange Commission. Here we see Srinivas Rao, the Chief Executive Officer, signing on behalf of A.T.A.I Life Sciences NV on the 29th of September 2025. This confirms that leadership is aware of and stands by the information presented in this filing. Overall, this filing is all about laying the groundwork for a significant acquisition. The key takeaways for us are the confirmation that A.T.A.I is pushing forward with buying Beckley Psytech and the provision of financial information that will allow us to assess the impact of this deal. We need to see those financial exhibits to truly understand if this is a smart move for A.T.A.I shareholders. The pro forma financials will be our best guide to the potential success of this transaction. We will be watching closely to see if the expected closing date materializes and what the combined entity S performance looks like. If the financial statements for Beckley show strong growth and profitability and the pro forma statements indicate good synergies, then this acquisition could be a major win for A.T.A.I. However, if Beckley is struggling or the numbers don't add up, then it could be a risky venture. The company is heading into a period of significant change, and it's important to keep an eye on how these forward-looking statements translate into actual results. Alright, that's our breakdown of this A.T.A.I Life Sciences NV filing. What's your take on this acquisition? Are you excited about the potential of A.T.A.I and Beckley Psytech combined? Or do you see potential headwinds? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. If you found this analysis valuable, hitting that like button really helps us out, and subscribe for more deep dives into essential corporate filings. Don't forget to check out the Discord link in the description for more discussions. Thanks for watching, see you next time.